Well, I'm not sure if I'm live. Maybe I'm live. I don't know. Maybe I'm live. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm live. So hopefully I'm live and everybody's watching right now because I got an unboxing to do. But this one's going to be a little bit different. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to be a little bit different because I won something from a whatnot buyer. A whatnot buyer. I won something from a whatnot buyer. However, I will not be ever buying anything from this whatnot buyer. I'm sorry, not whatnot buyer, whatnot seller. Seller. I won something from a whatnot seller. I won something from that's what happens when you go live. That's what happens when you go live. You gotta on the fly. You gotta basically do things the
I
way
can't
it's
do
supposed
it.
to be.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Well, like I said, when you do things live, there's there's things that go wrong. They typically have a way of going wrong, you know, But what I was saying is, we have a situation. We have a situation, and you know what? I find it to be my responsibility to actually enlighten people and actually tell people about things that are going on, especially in a place like Whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this box that I got and I'm going to show you everything I got. This is going to be my final package that I received from them because I will not be shopping from them again. And then I'll tell you what my gripe is. Why am I a little bit peeved? Why am I a little bit miffed? Why am I a little bit annoyed? Uh, but you know what? Time for the intro. Time for the intro. Okay, that was my short and intro. This is my I'm pretty pissed off intro because it's not extended, it's not long. I don't got I'm not in one of these um, uh, I'm not in one of these moods where I want to just just amuse myself and that kind of. This is something for the community that I'm gonna let you guys know about. And this is not gonna be the only video I'm making. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of videos, and I'm gonna give you a whole big. Oh, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. Hey, Rudy, how you doing? How you doing, Rudy? Good, man. Hope you enjoyed your July 4th. Hope your son came back for a little R&R. I hope. Yeah, sometimes seller do suck. Sometimes they do. And I'm going to tell you how much they suck. And watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen. You're going to see. You're going to be a little bit nuts. Anyway, let's let there be light. Let there be light. You know, good to hear that, Rudy. Apparently, since Rudy heard my commentary, that means he could actually hear me. So that's actually a good thing. That's actually a really good thing. I'm being a little bit. I don't know. This is one of these. Well, this is one of these streams that I'm doing it live. It's not pre-recorded. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. To be quite honest with you, that's why I'm delaying a little bit of starting to opening up these boxes, just because I might actually want a live audience with this one. Rudy, I'm more than happy to have you and you alone. You're more special than most people, so I don't mind that. But I got a little bit. There's a little bit in me right now that kind of hopes I actually get a couple of people listen on here. Son just left for the Philippines today. Told him to be aware of the boys. Girl, yeah. He needs to be a little aware of that. Yeah. You got. I hope everything works well with that. There's a lot of. Hey, it's 2022, and we have to be enlightened. But as long as it's consensual, no surprises. I don't like he, she, boy, girl surprises. As long as the two parties know what each other are, hey, no problem. Thank you, Rudy. All right. Let me get started. Okay. Let me start opening these boxes up. So these two boxes that I got are from a whatnot seller by the name of Going Twice. Going Twice Comics. Okay, some of you might know them, some of you might not know them. I might be unintentionally giving them some additional exposure now and hype for no reason. I hope I hope whatever I give them is not anything positive. That's what I'm hoping, because that is not my intention. They do put a packing slip, and I have gotten from them before. They do pack okay. They do pack pretty well. And let me give you a little bit of understanding of what I got. Okay, so they do these mystery things. They do these mystery pull things. They have a situation where there's a floor. They start off the auctions at $5. Now, as soon as the auction gets to $10, you get an immediate entry into their box, like of lotto. Like it's like a raffle, where you could win a big grand prize, a slab, whatever they have up at that time. Okay. Now you only get one comic. You could go up to $100, $200, $500 for all you care on the one shot, but you're always going to get one comic. Now, for every $5 past $10, you get an additional entry. That's their gimmick. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. There's a lot of shit books in those polls. Don't get me wrong. Going into it, you're going in with the intention of actually getting as many entries as you can to get the prize. So I purposely I got a ton of them, and I saw the crowd that I was going against, and I saw let me try to make my own odds. Let me go to make my own odds, because if it's a true raffle, I could actually scale and make the odds work for me. By as long as I don't exceed the value of the grand prize book, I would be able to get the grand prize book plus a ton of crap comics, and I'll be winning at the end. All right, so that's my logic. Going into it, I know I'm going to get a lot of shit in here, but I'm also going to have a really good opportunity to get that grand prize. It is a good gamble. It's a calculated gamble, more than just getting all this stuff. You know? Yeah, well said. Yeah. Don't get me started on that. They'll probably kick me off of YouTube again. All right, Rudy, we could have that conversation for another one. But so this is from Going Twice Comics. So I went on a tangent. I got a whole bunch of stuff from them. Okay, let me show you everything that I got. Keep in mind, every comic was pretty much it cost me about $10 or so, because I was making sure that I was getting an entry. So I went a little bit more. No, actually, most of them went to $10, and then if it got to $11, $12, I just jumped it to 15 in order to get two entries. But that didn't happen too often. I try to stay within that five range as much as possible. So, first comic I got was Avengers 155. Condition on it, okay, nothing mid-grade. So, these are nice books. The other thing I forgot to mention is, which is really important. Total all bronze. It says all bronze, and the thing was saying that everything that you're gonna pull is gonna be all bronze. Okay, all right. So I went on a tangent. I went nuts. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So then I got a 157. These are all random pulls. I'm not picking what's coming in. They're all coming randomly. Number 162. There might have been one or two keys that I got in here, like randomly thrown in. I'll see if I think this might be the first Jacosta. This might be the first Jacosta, which is a nice minor key. Then I got 159. A lot of Avengers. I don't mind this. I don't mind this. So far so good. Avengers 210. Avengers 290. Nice cover. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. 191. Ooh, great gargoyle. So far, so good. 198. I always love this cover for some reason. I don't know why I love this cover for some reason, but I always did. This is 224. Now, this is kind of pushing their luck as far as bronze concerned. This is kind of pushing their luck. This is pretty much copper. This is a kind of copper book, but yeah, all right. Let's go through this. How long are you going to be tonight? Bookworm, I'm going to be here as long as it takes. I got a public message to make, and I'm actually going to draw my a line in the sand today, and I'm going to make a point today with everybody and try to help everybody in the best possible way. So I'm going to be on as long as it takes to put my message out there, because I got my eye on you people. All you notorious little whatnot type of eBay type of monkey business kind of people. I got my eye on you. And you know what? Journey's going to call you out. Journey's going to call you out. And you can prove me wrong if I'm wrong. I guarantee you I'm not wrong because I got proof. So you'll see as I'm going. I'm showing you the good part. I'm showing the good part. Again, I'm picking these out. Every one that I'm picking is I'm getting better odds of getting a better book, of getting that grand prize. We got number 173. We're back into bronze. 205. Again, now we're hovering around. Now we're hovering around copper age. Okay, borderline. Okay, 50-cent cover. You know. Yeah, I'm not messing around, Rudy. I promise you. Norad, you're going to want to hear this too. Then we go into 225, 60-cent cover. This is copper. Okay. I'll live with this. No problem. I'll live with this. Avengers 216. Okay. Again, copper, pretty much. Then we go into real bronze, 139. And that's the first stack I got. Let's go into the next stack. This is the bigger box. You can kind of get the idea of what's going to come out of this bigger box. You kind of get the idea of what's going to come out of here. I'm just a little bit. You know what? I hate people not being honest. This is why I'm getting really annoyed right now. I'm really annoyed. Now, don't get me wrong. The seller that was on Going Twice, that was doing this auction specifically, he was a decent guy. I believe this is the grand prize. Yep, this one here is the grand prize. So I'm going to leave that for last. We got a Gemini here. And we got another Gemini here. And we got another Gemini here. Okay? We got 3 Geminis in this box, plus the grand prize. Okay? So you can tell, I paid to get myself into this winning. It's not like I got one and I got lucky. No. I made my luck on this one. Believe me. Yeah, I think up to 40 cents, even hovering 50 cents. There's some that are bronze and some are copper. 1982, I believe, is the official last year of bronze. Okay? I believe. If somebody knows the true answer to that, correct me. I can't say I know everything, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I can assure you that. And by the way, I did put my StreamYard in there. If there's anybody that wants to jump on and actually chime in, you're more than welcome to. And tell me if I'm out of my mind, if I'm wrong or right. You could do that. I might not agree with you, but I'm giving you the platform. I'm giving you the platform to be able to get in here and voice your own thing. And by the way, all right, I'll leave this towards the end because I got a little surprise for these sellers. So going with the seller that was on when this auction was going on, he's a decent guy. So I'm not going to give him shit. I'm not, because he was a decent guy. And this is why I say that. Not all the sellers on this actual channel from Going Twice are the same guys. They got like a whole crew of employees that are going on there and doing their auctions. It's just the one guy that's a complete prick. But because of that one prick, I am not going to be continuing. And I'll tell you why. Believe me, I'll tell you. I hinted this in a previous. What the hell did the guy do? All right. We got more labels here. More labels here. All right. So what do we got? Well, we got Journey. I'm on the road, or else I would drop in anytime, Rudy. You be on the road. You could listen to the replay too. I don't want you to hurt yourself while you're driving. So I appreciate you coming on now, or the replay, or anytime. But I think there's a message that's going to be put out in this. Again, they put the thing in. Again, everything in here supposedly, this is the exact thing it says. This is the exact thing it says. Again, I've been very tolerant of being a stickler or not being a stickler as far as the ages are concerned. 160 total pulls, all bronze. All bronze. Avengers pull box. Okay? Just being clear about that. Then we go into Thor. I guess Thor was an Avenger, so he counts. Okay? Hulk 308. This was not bronze. This is definitely copper. This is 65 cents. There's no debate about that. Again, I'm not going to be a hard ass about it. I'm not. I'm just going to keep going through this. Then we got a 60 center Hulk 291. Again, this is a copper book. However, I will take it though because this is a book that I needed and I'll tolerate it. Okay? I'm not going to be stickler again. Then we start with the Daredevils. Was Daredevil ever an Avenger? Whatever. It is bronze though. So let's live with that. It's bronze. Watch how many freaking Daredevils I get. This was number 135. And why? Let's have another Daredevil, number 93. Again, this is bronze. I'm not complaining. Even though I don't really like Daredevil that much, I'm not complaining. 266 Thor, 35 center. It is bronze. That's the reason I'm not complaining about the Hulk. Hulk smashes. Hulk's the best. So I'm not going to give him a hard time about the Hulk. Unless he threw a 90s Hulk in there, I would have been okay. Another Daredevil, number 112. Another 25 center. That is bronze. It qualifies. Then we got Marvel Premiere, The Falcon. I believe this is the first time Falcon was in a single title by him, single story by himself. Beat the shit comic, but I don't mind having this one. It is bronze, I believe. 40-cent copy. Then we got Daredevil 126. Okay? These are all decent books to have in your collection. They're all $5 books, more or less. Some of them are not, but all right, they're around $5 or whatever. Avengers 218. I'm actually happy because I'm filling out a lot of my Avengers run that I needed, so I'm fine with that. Again, it's copper, 60 cents. They need to be able to learn how to qualify what's a bronze, what's a copper, what's a modern. I'm spending at least $10 a pop on every single one of these pulls. Okay? Now, half of it is going because it's the $5 is the initial thing. I'm jumping up the bid to $10 because I want an entry every time I get here. There's a method to my madness. Daredevil 129 is next. Then you got Captain America 187, which I don't mind. I'm filling out a really, really nice Captain America run these days, and I'm happy with that. Then we got 228, still only 35 cents. I believe it still qualifies as a bronze. Again, I'm being very lenient. If it falls a year or so around the bronze age, it's on the fence, I'll live with it. No problem. I just want the Frank Miller DD. Yeah, I like Frank Miller DD. I like really early DD as well. But this, whatever, supposedly this was a key. That's the other thing. They don't know what the hell a key is and what a not key is. They don't know how to label things. 153, Captain America and the Falcon. Again, another good book to have for my run. Thor 287, 40 cents. On the border, whatever. Then we got a 124 of Daredevil. A 112, which I got already. So Like, I'm getting duplicates, which I'm not happy about. They could have at least said there's some dupes in there, but whatever. My fault for not asking. And Daredevil number 95. And the Daredevil 130, which is a really cool cover. I don't mind this cover at all. All these mid-grade, some low-grade, whatever. I haven't looked through them. There might be pages missing. There might be all kinds of stuff going on that's wrong with them, for all I know. But I'm going to take it for face value. Oh, this is another thing. Maybe I'll open it at this stream. Maybe I'll not. So let's get to the grand prize. Okay. Let's get to the grand prize. Okay. So this was a pretty decent grand prize. I had my choice of a few things. There was an Avengers 13. There was an Avengers 7, which I picked out at a 4.5. The Avengers 13, I believe, was a 6.0. And there were a couple other little crappy books that didn't really match up with this. So this was my best bet. One, because it's an early Avengers, and I could swap this out for the copy that I actually already have. That's raw. It fits well for my collection, and it was the highest value book as well. And when I looked it up and the last sales and everything like that in this grade, it was roughly going around $275 to $300. Okay, let's just say $250 to be conservative, but it's a $250, $300 book. Let's say, okay, they had a higher valuation on it. Whatever, everybody's going to give a higher valuation. So I bought this stack of books and got this. Now, the value in these books is questionable how much it is, but I actually feel that between all the books I got here, between the value of all this stack of books and the winning grand prize, I came well ahead. I kind of doubled or maybe more than doubled the maximum value of what I have in place. Now, I probably will get rid of a lot of stuff, especially the stuff that have duplicates in here. I probably won't keep a lot of the Daredevils for a long term. Maybe I'll keep them short term if I have a good run that I could put together and make a set for somebody to purchase from me on eBay or something like that. I'm going to sell some of this stuff on eBay and, it just, clear up, make back some of my money that I lost on it. No, they didn't lose, but I invested in it. And I'm definitely keeping this slab. Now, I'll probably sell the raw copy I have of this to make up the difference again for some of the money I put into this. I want to say, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, I got about 30 books here. Okay? I got about 30 books. So let's say $300 it cost me. It cost me $300 to get this entire stack and this slab. Now, I weighed the odds. I basically pushed all the odds towards me to win. At least a slab. That's why I did it. When you get at least 25% or so of a wheel or something like that, the odds are very good that you're going to win. Now, if I was really, really unfortunate and I lost and it was bad gamble, I wouldn't have been too hurt from the stack. Okay? But I remembered through the stack that everything in here was not bronze. And I questioned the guy when I was selling it. He said, yeah, I'm sorry. Some of them are on the fence or whatever the case. It was apologetic. He admitted to the problem. Fine. So I get it on the next day. I see they're running a very similar type of, maybe 2 days later. They're running as a very similar type of pull box situation. Similar to this, $5, $10 you get a free entry. Every $5 extra after that, you get an additional entry, blah, 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 blah. I told you guys how it worked. Now, first thing I did when I went on there, I asked, is everything in the box bronze? I asked this specifically. The guy says, absolutely. Everything is bronze. This is a bronze box. No problem. So I take a pull. Now, I take a pull a statement pull. This was to terrorize a little bit the other bidders in there to kind of stay away so I could get the cheap pulls later. So I bid it up to like $25 or something like that, 25 or $30. It was a high thing. So it would have given me a free comic, not free comic. It would give me one comic that was on the pull, along with 5 entries onto the wheel. So a lot of the bottom feeder guys that don't like to like bid high and stuff like that would have gotten scared away, and I might have been able to get myself some $10 pulls down the line. That was the mentality. I was going to come in, especially some of the people that saw me doing what I did on the last one. They knew that I was going to come in and I was not going to mean I was meaning business. So, what pulls? What comes out of the box? Well, let me tell you what's coming out of the box. An original ghostwriter rides again. Number 5, printed in the 1990s. And I questioned the guy. I'm like, I thought you said everything was bronze that was coming in there. He doesn't answer me initially. So I answered. I typed again. I thought you said everything was bronze. This is not bronze. This is a modern comic. So then he turns around after I like multiple times in the chat wrote down, you're not being straightforward. You're not being honest. You are selling modern books as, Bronze Age books. Like I said, with this, I could have lived with some of these books that came in there. I didn't really give a hard time because some of them really were on the fence. And I'm like, all right, they're really early copper. I could break the guy's balls, whatever. He might not even know if they're bonds or. But the guy was being a little defiant. He was being a little bit prickish in this secondary auction. So I'm sitting and watching. The next guy that picks up a thing, he gets a New Mutants. I forgot the number, the one with the 25 anniversary border. Paid about $30 for that pick. All right, yeah, he got entry points, whatever the case is. But that's clearly a copper book, deep into the copper. It's not like a Verge, it's a thing, whatever. The next book that comes out is some kind of like West Coast Avengers or Force Works or something like that. That's deep in the 90s, a modern book. So I start questioning the guy. I said, the last 4 books that came out, they were all either modern or copper. What's the thing? I thought everything was bronze. So he starts getting all miffy and all like flustered. And it's like, they're all bronze. Every so often there's the one that's not bronze. Next 3 books come out, they're all moderns. Not even a question of copper. They're all 90s and above. 90s. Well into the 90s. An Incredible Hulk. Like 400 and something came out. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I put it down the thing. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? These are all modern books that are coming out. How are you labeling these bronze? And then he starts saying something along the lines, well, everybody's bidding here for the entries, not for the comics. Well, absolutely not. Because the higher I'm going to bid on a freaking bid, I might as well get something I want out of it. Not some shitty 90s book that's been discarded by everybody in the world. Nobody wants it, and you're trying to get rid of your dollar book shit on me. So the guy got all pissed. He's getting all flustered, whatever the case is. Next thing I know, he freaking bans me. Why? Because I questioned. I wasn't even using any language. I was just questioning the guy. I said, this is not correct. You need to check your references. You need to get some comic book understanding of knowing what copper, what modern, what bronze, what silver is. You need to know that. And the guy got so pissed, he banned me. The guy banned me. And I had that bid in already. So I'm like, screw this guy. I went immediately on to Whatnot. I went down to the purchase that I made. I immediately canceled it. Now, it took me about 5 days. Maybe 4 to 5 days from the time I canceled it to when everything officially canceled, which pissed me off. Honestly, it pissed me off. They should have canceled it immediately. And I got a strike on me because I'm banned. Screw the strikes. I don't give a crap. You know what? One night you want to play the ban game? I'll open up multiple accounts under different names and different stuff. Screw you. I can do anything I want. Like you're gonna intimidate me with the bans, with your screwy sellers. Sorry. That stuff does not fly with Journey. It does not fly with Journey. Yeah, modern does not equal copper. Copper does not equal bronze. Bronze does not equal silver. There's a reason why they're all labeled with a certain name and they're in a certain era. You know, I bid because I thought I was getting all bronze. Why? Because I was using the same mindset that I used on this lot. If I'm going to get for the majority bronze, and they're all Marvel titles for the most part, even though it said all Avengers, but whatever, I'll live with the Daredevil. Even though it said all that, these are typically at least $5-10 books. Generally, you go into back bins. These are $5-10 books. Now, would I go out and buy every single one of them for $5-10? No, I would not. But if they're coming as far as the gamble, as far as the raffle, then no problem. You know what? At least I'm getting something I want and something I'm going to keep and have fun overbidding. That's the whole point. If the guy labeled it and said mixture of everything, modern, copper, bronze, silver, then great, no problem. Then I'm taking the choice. I'm making the choice of purchasing those books, based on what he's offering, but offer the proper package. It's just the way it works. Sorry, it's just the way it works. Now, I'm really annoyed, and I was so annoyed actually that I went on again yesterday onto the channel because potentially I'm not banned anymore. Now we're not banned, and I found the same seller that banned me. Wow, what a great situation. So I don't know what made him change his tune with me or not, because he was doing another bronze box, all bronze. Okay, all bronze. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go straight to the point. I write immediately. Is everything in there bronze? No answer. And I'm recording this, by the way. And that's going to be my follow-up video to this. I need to edit it and make it because I took it with the phone like this vertically. I got to figure out how to put it on the screen so everybody could see the dialogue and all the conversation happening. So I want to make sure that everybody could do that the right way. I could do it the right way. So, and I'm going to have that up in a few days, maybe as fast as possible. I just got to figure out how to get the vertical thing to look as big as possible. So I'm starting questioning the guy. The guy's getting flustered again. Then he finally admits, after a while of questioning and interrogation that I was giving him, after a bunch of interrogation and stuff like that I was giving the guy, he turns around and says, well, most of it is. Well, I counted. 6 out of 7 books were all modern or copper. Most of them modern. Then I asked him, did you know that these are modern? It is. This is a conversation he's giving me. It is. Oh, look, it looks like we have a guest.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Naaman, how are you doing?
All righty.
By the way, you took the cowardly way out with your eating of the comic.
That's not a cowardly way out. What are you talking about, bud?
Bullshit, man. You made
you know how much I spent on making my own comic book? I never made my own comic book.
A freaking rice paper, man.
Yeah, it's rice paper, it's paper. That's how we used to draw back in the days.
You're full of crap, you freaking bookworm. You know that. You found a loophole. You found a loophole, and you know that you did.
Hey, finding the loophole is my game, bud.
Yeah, well, that's what worms do. You find a little way to like dig your way into things. So I don't know how much you've been hearing about what I've been talking about.
I had to go get beer. I didn't hear none of it. Cheers, bud.
Cheers, by the way. I don't have a beer on me, but I do have an iced coffee that I'm drinking. So There you go.
Good.
You got your alcohol. I got my caffeine right now.
So,
So I don't know exactly what you heard or what you didn't hear, but did you at least get the gist of what I was talking about as far as
you have
what
some
happened?
problem with the whatnot people not labeling the comic books right?
Well, yeah, the guy had a box, a pull box,
Right.
and I got these out of the same guy, and most of them are bronze. Okay, some of them are questionable if they're copper. Some are really clear that they're copper. Okay, I didn't give the guy a hard time about this with this box. I just kept continuing doing what I did because at least the copper was early copper. I could live with that, you know. Even though I could have been a prick and been you're mislabeling things, I left it alone. When I wanted on the next time, not only did he have stuff that was copper in there, he had moderns from the 90s.
They called it bronze.
And he was calling it bronze.
Oh yeah, that's.
And he got really pissed when I questioned him. Not only did he get so angry that I was questioning him, and I didn't use any language. I didn't do anything the wrong way. I basically said that it's incorrect information that he's putting up there.
Mhm.
He banned me. He banned me off of the show.
He banned you.
Yeah, he banned me. So
Because-
I went immediately right after that, and I canceled the order because I had an order. I put an order for $30. And you know what I got with that $30 on that order? A original Ghost Rider Rides Again #5. You know what that is? Mid-90s.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would not have even done that if the guy apologized and fessed up to his mistakes. But not only was he defiant to what I was telling him, he banned me on top of it. So I'm like, kiss my ass. Now I'm going to cancel it. So I go on a couple days later because apparently the ban lifted. By the way, the cancellation took about 4 or 5 days to go through for it to be completely canceled. No questions, no nothing. It did get canceled. However, it took them quite some time to do that. That's another issue altogether with whatnot because there's not a lot of good communication that happens through the help or whatever the case is. Now you can see I bought a lot of stuff from the guy. I was even buying
from him.
I was even buying stuff from the guy the day that I was questioning him. And all I was asking for him is to be clear and transparent of what the hell he has in the box. So I go on to another day after the ban mystically, lifted. Now all of a sudden I'm not banned, and I'm counting and looking books, and the guy's pulling one after the other: modern books, copper books, modern books, and he's still got some big bronze. And he's saying on the box itself, it's saying bronze box. Now I'm recording. I recorded the whole session of this. And I'm going to put this up in a few days as soon as I can because one of the things that the problem I had on my phone as I was recording, I don't know if you could open up whatnot on your desktop or not, but I was doing on my phone vertically like this. And I got to try to figure out a way to make it look like so you could see exactly what's happening and the dialogue and me questioning the person and him answering on it. I want you to see the full blow by blow as happened. So he started getting miffed. He got pissed again, and he started ignoring my questions. However, with push comes to shove, at one point he had an answer, and he finally fessed up and he said, "Well, most of it is bronze." Okay, I then counted 6 out of the next 7 books that popped out. 6 out of the 7 books that popped out were all moderns with a couple of coppers that were stuck in there. He got some mid-90s Silver Surfers, some stuff like that. And I'm questioning him again. I'm asking, hey, these are modern books. These are 90s books. This is a stupid reaction. He's like, they are? I didn't know that.
He's playing the ignorance.
What are you doing selling them then?
He's pleading the ignorance.
What are you doing selling them then? Doesn't even apologize. Didn't even apologize. So that's what infuriated me. And that's why I'm actually going to take it to him, not only to him, to other sellers too. Not only on Whatnot, not only on eBay, anywhere I catch them. I don't care if it's Instagram. If they're trying to screw with people publicly, I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a point of actually making it clear to the public so they know what's going to happen. And I'm going to document everything so nobody could accuse me of manipulating it and like using my own different way. I'm recording everything from this point forward. And
That's not
everybody
even finding a loophole. That guy just plain cheated.
it's quite honestly, Naman, it's fucked up. It's rude. It's disrespectful as far as to your customers, to the public, and it's actually disrespectful and detrimental to the Whatnot platform, because the more people you have like that on the actual selling platform, you make, like right here, you got Norenrad, who's another seller on Whatnot. You make his life a lot more difficult because you're a prick.
Right.
And people are losing faith in sellers.
Well, I mean,
I
I don't hear
that.
good things about Whatnot, though. I haven't been hearing good things about Whatnot.
I don't know if he's here's the thing. I don't know if he's a scammer. I don't know if he's a douchebag. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's a moron or just a bad dude. I don't know which one of them they are. Maybe it's all in between. But he's not doing the right thing. And not only that, there's
Those
other
people
sellers.
most dangerous people are those people who do wrong and think they're doing right.
Not only that, there's other sellers on his own channel that are doing it the right way, and he's hurting them. Whoever owns that channel needs to take a good look at who he's hiring to be doing all the auctions and sales for him and evaluate. I don't like ever, believe me, ever advocating for somebody to lose his job or anything like that. Everybody needs to live their livelihoods and everybody needs to do the right thing. But if you're going out and doing some really wrong things and actually, hurting your own brand and your own platform, I don't think you belong there. That's my personal thing. Now, when I get that format together on that video that I recorded, I actually want to besides that format, I'm gonna make that one a pre-recorded one and do my commentary on it. But I actually caught wind of another seller that was doing a screwed up job on Whatnot, and I recorded like a good amount of time, over an hour worth of footage on that person. What I want to do, and I'm gonna put this out there, and you're more than welcome to joining this. And anybody that sees this video on the replay that wants to participate, I want to put a panel together, and I want everybody on that panel. We'll watch through that video. I'll speed through like the boring parts of the silence and stuff like that for everybody, so you don't have to listen to that. But I want you to see the commentary and the amount of misinformation and wrong things that the seller is doing. And I want everybody to listen to give an honest opinion, real time, of how they feel about that. Is that the kind of platform? Is that the kind of seller that they want to be buying from? So you're more than welcome to join me on that. But I like to get a group of 2-3 other individuals on a
Sounds fun. I've never gonna go Whatnot though. My thing is that I'm already doing shopping on eBay, and that's soon enough for me.
Well, you've heard me as far as some of my bad situation with eBay.
Yeah.
You know, I had a great situation with eBay too. Most of the time I get stuff from eBay, they're good. They're great.
Yeah.
I say the good and the bad and the ugly. I say everything. I got the good stuff, I got the bad stuff, and the ugly. You know, I got a package right now that I'm waiting to open up right next to me from eBay that I'm ecstatic about that I got. I'm ecstatic.
When you got that Beta Ray bill, is that an eBay or Whatnot sale?
This right here?
No, Beta Ray bill.
Beta Ray bill was eBay.
That was an awesome deal, bud.
That was one of my best hits in recent history.
That was an awesome deal.
That was a really, really great buy. Like I that was luck. That was luck.
Yeah.
You know, but I really think that the eBay guy killed himself by doing that deal, and I'll tell you why. He had the lot set for $45, and he did the shipping on it for, I believe, $20, which is a little expensive for some people. They didn't want to. He should have done a smaller shipping rate, which would have scared less people off. It might have even been $25. I might be like, I think it was $25.
One thing that I know the post office don't consider comic book a book medium, but most people who work at post office, when you say, "Hey, this is comic book," they consider that as a book medium, and just charge you for the book.
Well, it's funny that you said that because I recently had a conversation with my post people, the ones that I always go to for my packages and the one I send out and that kind of thing. And they told me it's absolutely not considered to be media mail. It's actually not. Do a lot of people use it? Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing, Oren Rad. Yeah.
No, but this was a guy who's working at the clerk, and I say, "This is comic book." He goes, "Oh, it's a book medium," and he's charging me for book medium.
So it might be that not even the postal people know what the right story is.
Yeah,
because I got mixed answers from people.
I got that. But when I admitted it. I said, "Hey, this is comic books," and he goes, "Okay, it's a book medium." He's charging me $4.95 for.
I personally prefer they do it U.S. first class or priority. I prefer that. If it's going to be expensive stuff that I'm sending out, it's got to be priority. It's got to be priority. I'm not going to play around with first class or media mail if it's expensive stuff that I'm sending out. If it's cheaper stuff or giveaways, then maybe I'll do the first class.
All my shipping is just giveaway stuff.
So I'll do that. But with eBay, I got one thing, a very big book that I purchased, close to $2,000.
Wow!
Probably the biggest book
big time, man.
Probably. Well, I don't do that very often, but it was such a great deal that I needed to. It was a giant size X-Men number one.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You dog. $2,000 for giant size X-Men?
Yeah, well, less. I'm not telling you exactly at this point because this story is not continued and not to be continued. But I got a great deal on it. But apparently, I got a great deal because I bought it from somebody that's a scam artist on eBay because I still haven't received the book. I simultaneously bought some other stuff from the guy, and he sent one tracking number for both packages, and the package arrived. The tracking number shows that it arrived, but the giant size X-Men is not in it. So now I have a big open debate with eBay, and we'll see where this goes. My next step is to put the cancellation on the credit card until I get it resolved with eBay. But they told me to wait until the 9th, so I'm waiting until the 9th, and we'll see what happens. But you got to be careful. The good thing about eBay is they got that buyer protection on there,
right?
And if somebody's screwing around, you have a lot of rights as a buyer. So I like that part of it. I know that a lot of sellers don't like that because they end up getting burned, especially from people that are trying to play monkey business with them.
Yeah, they swap the books and all that nonsense. There's some evil buyers out there too.
The funny thing is that book is by far not even close by leaps and bounds the most expensive single purchase I ever made, and it's burning me at the end. It makes me think I never want to make a purchase like that again.
Yeah, I'm more to myself. I'm never going to spend over $30 on online purchases on a comic book.
Well, you know what? I've done it with $100, $200 a few times, and it ended up becoming like a real good buy.
I bought a Star Wars just recently for $100.
For $100?
Yeah.
Star Wars 1?
Number 1, yeah.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Good grade?
I'm going to say about 7.
That's actually a really good purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't mind doing stuff like that. But I don't. I'm right now. I need to see how this ends with the eBay right now on this situation, and I'll give the full story to everybody on that from beginning to end. And I have all the screenshots and everything like that. But until it ends, I'm really thankful that I actually unboxed that on a live stream. The box that I got with him that didn't have it in there was on a live stream. I didn't realize it was from that seller while I was streaming. And when I went back and checked my trackings and everything like that, I'm like, what the hell just happened?
So you did unbox it on live stream.
I put 2 and 2 together. So now I have a live proven documentation of me opening up that box.
Nice.
So I suggest to everybody that you're getting any decent price box to either video document it, either live or record it. So you
I recorded my Star Wars thing just in case. Then I made a content out of it,
Yeah, I strongly suggest that. So I haven't spent over 200 up until recently on Oranrad. I haven't either. My highest purchase.
My highest purchase at $100.
My highest purchase prior.
And I'm done. I'm done this year. No more grail buying.
My highest purchase prior to the X-Men that I just talked about, I believe, was a Hulk 180 raw, and I got it for $280. I think
that was a nice buy too.
I think it cost me $300 altogether with the shipping. It did have the value stamp cut out.
Oh, okay.
It did have that cut out, but it is in beautiful shape. It's like a 7/8.
I still like that book.
It's one of my grails.
One of my grails. Everybody out there, if anybody found good price, one of my grails is X-Men 101.
That's a good book, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper by the day. I just saw one go on eBay recently for less than $100. Yeah, it was beat up. It was a really shitty shape, but you
I like at least 5, at least presentable.
It was presentable, but I'd say just from the pictures, it was a 3, maybe a 4 tops.
As long as it's presentable.
It was presentable. You were able to see the covers good, but even for those shitty copies, you used to have to pay $200-$300. So the prices have dropped a lot. You're seeing them a lot better.
101 is a phoenix rising out of the ocean, right?
You bought a 2099 6 months ago and 9.8 for $200. Hey, considering how high it's going up on Oranrad, it's probably a decent deal. What'd you say, Naman?
X-Men 101 is like phoenix rising up like this, right?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite X-Men. X-Men is one of those runs that I'm actually.
I used to have that copy and I lost it. And my whole collection is about recovering my lost comic books.
You want to hear something funny?
What?
I had at least 4 or 5 copies of that in my old collection.
Dang it.
And that's one of the boxes that got stolen from me. So I got a lot of all those. Like right now, I'm recollecting a lot of the stuff that I lost over years.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, some of them I lost through theft. Some of them I lost through flooding. Other stuff through heavy humidity and mold damage.
Well, mine is like I wanted to buy this and this and this. I couldn't buy it because I only had $1. I only had 1 Coke bottle to resell.
You know what I used to do when I was a kid?
What?
Back in the days when I was a kid, in the mid to late 80s, the comic shops back then used to have a lot of quarter bins, and they even had 10 for $1 bins, 10 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Now a lot of those books,
I didn't have experience the comic book shop. I went by a 7-Eleven type of store.
I only discovered them in the actual shops in the late 80s. I want to say 87, 88, right around there. Before that, it was all newsstand for me. Like I didn't know what a comic shop was. I used to buy comics, and my comics all had this on there, the UPC code. And then I saw other friends of mine that had the Spider-Man head on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate this. I don't want this. I want the Spider-Man head to be on there.
No, me too. I go, this barcode sucks. I mean,
when you know that the other people have Spider-Man heads on there, why would you want the barcode? So like go figure. Like right now, I wish all the newsstands I had were still in my collection, but I had everything. I had so much stuff in newsstand. But when I first started going to the comic shops, they had a big boxes of, how they used to have the newsstands, when they were returned the copies back to the publisher, they would rip off to half of the cover or a quarter of the cover.
Yeah. They return it for refund.
I was getting those for a nickel to the dime a piece. And I had books like first appearance of Ghost Rider, first appearance of Wolverine, first appearance of a Punisher, all books like that. All right, yes, they had little shredded things like that on them.
I remember saying X-Men, you talk giant size. I remember saying that, and I say, oh, it's a giant size. At the time, I was thinking it's a giant size, and it's I think it was 50 cents, right? The giant size one.
Yeah, it was 50 cents.
So it's giant size, and I got $1. I could buy 3 books for 30 cents, or 1 book. I could only buy 2 books with that, right? $4. So that's why I said no. And now I'm going, oh man.
Yeah, right. You wish you had hindsight, but I bought things the same way. I bought things the same way back then, and it's just one of those things where you're like looking at hindsight and say, "Holy crap, I can't believe it." That's where I bought my original.
I was a huge fan of X-Men, even when it wasn't popular at the time. At the time, it wasn't popular.
I was huge X-Men, Hulk, Avengers, and Amazing Spider-Man. Those were my 4 titles that I try to get as much as I humanly can of.
Superman, X-Men, Avengers. Avengers are like you were flipping through those Avengers, and it was like, oh wow, those are comic book I used to collect. Yeah, Iron Man was another one.
Iron Man I was never into. I was never really into them unless he was part of the Avengers book. He was not like one of my go-to characters. At one point, I got really into Captain America. Like I started reading a whole run, especially when the Ron Lim run started.
You know, the reason why I like Iron Man, he was to me the most feasible character that I could become. I'm not going to not become a Superman. I know I don't want to be bitten by a spider, just so that I have a chance of becoming a Spider-Man. Hey, Iron Man is something that you could really become if you have the right technology, you know?
Yeah, if you got the right technology, I could see that one day becoming some type of, not exactly that, but I could see that something like that being, existing.
Yeah.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah.
You know, that's reasonable that you think of that. But that was too, I didn't like the grounded stuff. The stuff that was too realistic. I wanted to go into an escape into another world. I wanted to go into fan. That's why I related a lot with the Hulk. Because the whole thing was Hulk, he just wanted to be left alone. Leave him alone. Don't bother him.
In essence, Hulk, you know that.
And everybody would come and provoke him, and he'd get all pissed off, and then hell's gonna break out. Because you provoked him. Leave him alone. That's what I related to the most.
I'm glad you're not radiated by gamma ray. You be Hulk every day.
Oh Jesus! Well, you know what? If I hulked out the first time, maybe people would keep me to stay a little bit on good behavior around me. But I lost my big collection in a divorce. Well, Norman, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm actually just going through a divorce myself, and quite honestly, I lost a lot of stuff. But luckily, my wife has no idea what comics are worth and didn't even bother me about the comics. And that's actually something that benefited me. So
I have a losing comic book due to wife story.
Oh, you do too? You're divorced as well?
No, I didn't went through a divorce, but she's cleaning up my storage back there. And she found a whole bunch of Playboys.
Okay.
So she goes, what are you doing with these Playboys? I'm going, nothing. I'm going to clean out this, and just throw this out. And, yeah, that's something I used to collect when I was a kid. I mean, I forgot completely because, heavy metal magazines?
Yep.
I used to have heavy metal magazines, a whole bunch of them.
Those are great magazines, by the way.
Yeah. I had number 1 and one with the unicorn. And
some of the best covers ever.
Yeah. So I didn't think about having those because it's the same size as the Playboys, right? So I had all those in those boxes, and my wife just threw them away because I told her she could throw away the Playboys.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. No.
And I didn't realize I lost them until I walked into a half price bookstore one day and I saw a whole bunch of new heavy metal magazine. And that's when my memory kicked in and I go, oh my gosh, I left those heavy metal magazines in the Playboy box.
What did Norman Ryan do to us right now? Come on, man. We got this far into the stream. You had to instigate.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can I ask everyone to please stop saying "oh no" in this courtroom? Because the fucking Kool-Aid guy's gonna keep showing up. Thank you.
All right. Did we get that out of our system, people?
Thank you. Norman.
Is it out of our system, everybody?
Yes, bud.
Cheers. Hey, now look who comes along. Look, oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Now you come along, yeah. You little prick. You know, this guy. He's always looking for trouble. Now this guy's got a power and a half. He just runs through people's walls left and right. You know, I wouldn't mind having that power. You know, he just goes and runs through everybody's walls. Everybody's terrified of him. It's like, he's got this toxic liquid he's gonna pour on you.
Hey, that toxic liquid used to be in my drinks.
It was everybody's drink back then. Come on, before things like little things called health was something important. You know, everybody drank Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid was served at church, and now I used to go to what do you call it? They would have this bus come by every weekend, and Sunday Bible time, right on summer times. I didn't speak English. My parents say, "Hey, go to church so you can learn English." So they would kick us to church, and they would serve us Kool-Aid. And after a boring ceremony where I fell asleep and people try to wake me up, then you got Kool-Aid and cookies.
Were you drinking back then too? Is that why you needed to be woken up?
No, I'm not a. I wasn't drinking. I was a good boy.
Oh, you're a good boy. See, I drank more when I was a boy than I drink now. Now I'm more calm. I'm a more stable, more what's the
Are you
word?
calling me unstable senior citizen? What are you saying, bud?
No, you're not. You're a little unhinged, but other than that, you're fine. You're fine. I think worms need their hydration in order to be able to survive. So that's how you hydrate.
What is that Avengers book? 4.5 there.
This is the grand prize that I won from this batch.
Oh yeah.
Avengers 7.
Oh wow, 7.
Yep.
Oh boy, that'd be nice.
Yep, this is a good one. Well, and I had a choice of picking this, a 6.0 of number 13, and there were a couple other like more minor books that were my choices that I could have picked. This by far was the most collectible book that I could have gotten. The other thing that was important about it was
310 Avengers is collectible to me.
Exactly. It's a single-digit Avengers. So, and I also have a raw copy of Avengers that I'm questioning of whether it'll be a 3 or a 4 if I sent it in. So this kind of takes away any kind of thoughts of me sending in that other book to CGC at any point. And now I have that. I might sell it at one point to get rid of that one since I have a good copy right now, or I might keep it. I don't know.
I don't know. I will try to go for. Now you got two of 10. I would try to go for like a completing 1 through 10.
Oh, I'm close.
Huh?
I'm very close. The only copies that I'm missing from the first 10 Avengers are issue 1, which is a big one.
Yeah, of course.
That's a big one. But I believe that I will be able to get an affordable copy somewhere down the line.
Right.
I really do.
Richard too,
The one that's going to be hard to get a good affordable copy of is number 4. That's the one I'm like struggling to find a good, nice, presentable copy for affordable price. Number 4 is the one where Captain America joins the Avengers, first Silver Age Captain America. Those are the 2 that are missing from my first 10 collection. And then I have almost, I want to say 75% of the first 100 issues of Avengers. I have most of them. I have most of the big ones. I have the first Kang, which was one of the expensive ones.
Wow, nice.
I have the first Vision, which was.
Hey, dude, when you gonna come on to my show? You never answer my IM or nothing.
When do you want me to come on? When did you send me an IM?
I sent you messages and all that stuff.
What? You know what? Let me check.
I don't think I am, but I sent you comments and stuff.
And my
you answer your IM? You answer IM?
Yeah.
You don't answer IM. I just send you IM too.
Let me see. Naman. No, you haven't sent me. You haven't sent me something since December.
Maybe I got the wrong person. What's your IM?
You haven't sent me something since December.
When was that? What did I say on that December?
Something about the video on the. It was something that we did back then with the AOK video. Something like that. But yeah, I got you. Naman. Naman. Yeah.
Nam man. I'm the man. I'm the man.
I'm New Comic Journey on IG. Listen, I'm gonna text you, so I'm gonna IG you, so you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is me. Now you'll know after that. It is me, and I'll tell you something. If you really want to get a hold of me, I could text you. I could.
my phone.
Yeah, I'll give you my phone number on the IG, and then you just get me on a text. It's so much easier. I'm so like when it comes to all the social media and stuff like that, I get too busy. I can't keep track of it. So
okay, there's you. Okay, I got hold of another comic journey, I suppose.
Maybe there. Yeah. Well, that's the reason I'm the New Comic Journey, and I'm not the original Comic Journey on there because somebody had already taken my name, even though I was the first one to do it on YouTube. Somebody.
Hey, be fit. How are you, sir?
Be fit. We got New Zealand in the house right now.
I'm going to push it.
Mama could do a
food
show.
Hey, be fit. I am going to send some strange food to this lady. Korean food. You want to see it? You guys want to see it or not?
Sure. Show us your Korean food.
I'm going to send it to her because she's been eating all these exotic food, and I said, "Hey, you haven't tried Korean snacks?" So
hey, you know what?
I got a package for her.
You know what? I got a really good idea. Since you are on this, I'm going to open up a package after you show your Korean food up. You'll appreciate this. Why? Because you're Korean. I prepared Korean packaged food for her.
You know, some Korean food like this.
What is that?
Let me show you the one really exotic one that I think she's going to be having really hard time eating.
What in the hell are you eating over there? What is that? Spam? What is that?
Kimchi.
Kimchi?
Yeah, kimchi.
Oh, I don't like kimchi.
She's gonna have a hard time eating that one.
Is that the like the cabbage?
Yeah, it's like a spoiled cabbage.
Yeah, I don't like kimchi. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
It smells to me.
About some chocolate pie.
But I'm sure if you eat some Greek food, you'll say that smells to you. So
chocolate pie. Okay, now this is where she's gonna have a really hard time eating.
What is that? Cat food?
No, it's a.
What is that? Silkworm? Ah!
Oh,
the fuck are you eat, man? Silkworm poopa. You're eating silkworm crap?
It has a lot of protein, bud. It used to be snack for my younger days.
I'm sure your feces has a lot of protein in it too, but I don't see like people canning that to eat it.
Feces are
what other disgusting things you want to show us? Show me more.
That's it. I mean, that's
not. You sure?
The rest of the stuff is good stuff. Rest of the stuff is tasty good.
Silkworm.
some
All
hot
right.
stuff, some hot stuff that she might have.
All right.
spicy
All right.
stuff.
That's just hot chips or something like that, right?
Yeah, hot chips.
That's okay.
I got her some cute stuff, candies out of.
You want to hear what I got the other day? That was really like weird. It wasn't not that horrible. It was bad, but it wasn't that as horrible as expected. I got a pack of squid flavored chips.
Yeah, we have a shrimp flavored chip there too.
Not shrimp, squid.
Squid is. Oh, I have a squid flavored chip in there too.
I got it as a gag, but it wasn't as horrible as I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be really bad.
This is a squid flavored chip. I mean, a shrimp.
What I got was in a similar bag. I think it was in a green bag.
Yeah, it's tasty.
I haven't ever tried that. I'll try anything. Not the shrimp, not the worm pulpa.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not eating that. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm not gonna eat that crap. Come on. Oh man.
And you want me to eat comic book?
I would sooner sooner eat a comic. I would sooner eat a comic than eat
poisonous. Poisonous.
Than eating. Well, what do you think worm poop is? Do you think that's
poisonous? I ate it and I'm living fine.
You think that? Oh yeah. Well, you look at you. You got probably a digestive system of the gods over there. Like I don't know what you could take into you. So tell me, what's like? I like certain Korean food. I've been to a few Korean places. Obviously, Korean barbecue is really good.
Yeah.
What do you suggest for me the next time I go into a Korean place?
You try Korean bibimbap?
Korean what?
Bibimbap.
What's bibimbap?
It's a mixed rice with a whole bunch of vegetables, and you could choose a different type of protein, like barbecue beef, like you talked about.
Yeah, I've had something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I like Korean food.
Well, that's easy to. I mean, Michael Jackson liked that.
Well, yeah. Well, all right. So let's compare ourselves to what Michael Jackson likes. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
because I mean, he's a finicky eater.
He's a finicky everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to tell you, this dude is very finicky guy, and he still like that Korean food. Of course, he probably will never touch a bandegi, the one that.
You think you'd eat the worm?
I don't think he would eat the silkworm pupa. I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so, huh?
He's a finicky eater like you.
I pretty much know so. So here's something that I got from eBay. Okay, very well packed, and I think you'll really appreciate who signed this.
Michael Jordan?
No, not Michael Jordan. This is the back of it.
Oh, Jim Lee.
Yep. I figure since you're on, it's only fitting I open up probably the most famous Korean comic artist. This is my very first. This is my very first Jim Lee signed book.
How much you want for that? Claim.
I'm actually not selling it. This I got from my personal collection. It's going to stay there. He signed it in nice gold.
I'm going to go see Jim Lee in. I'm going to go see him in October at Baltimore Con.
Well, this is the reason I got it. How much is it to have him sign a book these days?
Well, he's charging $159 for 3 sign and taking picture with him, and he gives you a poster with the signature.
So pretty much, it's going to cost you $159 to get a signature of him on a comic, right?
3 comic books.
On 3 comic books. Yeah. So it's $50 each comic, right?
Yeah.
Now, in order to get it submitted and sent to CGC, it's probably going to cost you another $100 to get a signature.
Yeah, I don't know if CGC would accept that.
Well, if they're there, they can witness it and do that for you.
Okay, I don't know if they will do that.
Good evening, Dracula.
Good evening, Dracula.
Dracula, children of the night.
How are you, Dracula?
So the way I'm looking at it is, in order to get this properly signed by Jim Lee,
and that's a pretty good book too.
Oh yeah, It's probably the best rendition of Superman.
Yeah.
I in recent modern history. At least to me, I like Jim Lee art a
Me
lot.
too. You know I'm a fan of him, right?
I know that you are. That's why I pulled out this comic so you could see it. He is. It's cost about $50, let's say, for a signature, plus about $100 for witnessing and sending it to CGC.
Make it just a bigger so show that comic book off.
All right, let me show it off. So to get it done in a way where you could properly get it encapsulated with a gold label from CGC, it's probably going to cost you roughly around $150.
Just for signature and
on top of the book itself, buying the book itself. So, and there's no guarantee it's going to come in at a 9.8.
No.
It might come in 9.6. It might come 9.4. If it gets mangled, you're screwed at that point.
Right.
So, I bought this with the two big reasons. One, I remember time after time again passing up on Stanley signatures when he was still alive. I feel that Jim Lee is part of that next generation.
He's my age, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You had told me that.
Yeah.
I feel that he's part of that next generation of creators, of artists that will have. Maybe he won't be the Godfather like Stan Lee is, but he is pretty much Jack Kirby Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, Korean version of Jack Kirby at least.
Well, I'm talking about as far as his significance.
Yeah.
And his impact onto.
He did. I mean, he was very impactful in 90s, right? I mean,
he what?
He was pretty impactful in 90s, right?
He was very what?
He was impactful in 90s.
Tecpo.
Impactful.
Oh, impactful. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But he was impactful even when he initially went to DC as well. How many people went crazy the first time he drew Batman?
Yeah.
Or the first time he drew Superman.
I wasn't there. I stopped collecting at 80s, so.
You know, to see a Superman drawn by Jim Lee, nobody ever thought that was going to happen. You know, and he does have one of the best renditions of Superman. He does have one of the best renditions of Batman, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, he
has one of the best renditions of everything he draws.
X-Men, the Wolverine.
He's excellent. He's excellent. So this cost me. This was kind of expensive. This cost me a couple $100. But I felt that if I was going to do this individually, one, I was going to wait on a line for like 5 hours to do this.
Yeah.
Two, there was no guarantee I was going to get a 9.8. And three, it might cost me even more.
Well, I'm not a slabber, so
at the end of the day, well, signature books I like to have slab because I don't want to ever have a situation where the ink ever gets smudged or somebody plays around with it. You know, the other thing is I am also thinking it from a standpoint where these things that, especially the stuff of any significant value, it's a lot easier for them to be appraised and insured if they're slabbed. So let's say, God forbid, I pass away. I'm not here tomorrow. It'll be a lot easier for my kids to take whatever I have in the slabs. And if they want to sell them, if they need the money at any certain point, they'll at least know what the grades are, what they have in their hands. They'll read on the title what it is. And it won't make their lives hell as far as trying to go through my collection of raw books and trying to figure out what's worth what. You know, and I put little notes on all my boxes where I write, in case of something wrong going on and that kind of thing, follow these directions of how to be able to sell the books if you ever have to, you know? So, you know, that's just from a father's point of view why I do these things. Like as far as
how old are your kids? How many kids you got?
I got 3.
3? Oh, okay, I got 3.
Yeah, I got 3. So
how old are they?
My little one is 7. My middle one, she's 13, and my son, he's 15.
Wow, 15 and 13 and 7.
Yeah.
That's almost like my kids. They're about first 2 are 2 years apart, and next one is 5 years apart.
How old are they?
Right now they're 33, 30, 31, and
oh, you got older kids.
Huh?
No, so you
I'm
got
old
a
man.
little,
I'm an
a
old
little.
man.
Well, you're not that much older than what are you? 58? You said.
Yeah, like around 50, 60. I got married early, like 25.
I got married at 28, but I'm 45 now.
You getting
You know?
there?
I had my first when I was 29, so that's how you do your math.
Yeah, yeah. I got my at 26.
So you have a head start on me a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's good because now you're a young guy. You got energy, and you could do the second part of your life after the kids are grown with a lot of energy. You're not an old man that's crippled, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you
Hey, Cole, how are you? You've been
look fine to me.
thank
Look
you.
at this mustache, man. I'm going to bed, but
Stash.
so you were live. This guy's always going to bed with his mustache. He
Why-
needs he
why-
needs to go fluff his mustache. I'm glad you came to say hi. I'm glad you came to say hi. If you want to jump on, you could jump on and show off that mustache for with you, but I doubt you will because you
Yeah.
need your sleep. This stream is only for the children of the night. The comic this has turned into uh, a late night stream. Apparently, that's the window that's opened up in YouTube for me. I don't really belong during the daytime. This is not a PG channel. Even though like I keep it as reserved as possible,
He needs
he needs beauty fluffing.
Mm, well, okay. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah. I'm
I'm not
trying.
gonna go there.
I just got done saying I'm trying to be PG. I just got done saying that. This guy throws a fluffing comment in.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna.
Go figure. But
Yeah.
this is like what I'm saying, like stuff like this. If it's gonna cost me $150 to buy it already done,
Yeah.
I'd rather buy it like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather buy that. The only thing that I don't like about this, there is a little bit of like a weird spot on the case that doesn't look like it's from the outside. It looks like it's from the inside, which kind of irritates me. But I guess I could always encapsulate that again another time.
Maybe get a little label, Superman label on the labeling.
You know what? If they ever make a Superman label, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I'll send it for reholstering. Maybe I'll do that. But I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'm happy for you. That's an awesome copy.
Yeah. The other signature I want, I appreciate that, Norman. The other signature I really want to get, but here's the thing: like I have a very strict criteria. I want a Stan Lee CGC graded signature book with the little Stan Lee face on the top.
Ooh, okay.
And it has to be something he wrote. I don't care what it is, but he has to have written it.
I mean, there's stories there where he didn't write anything.
Well, yeah, but you know what? He's got that signature on a lot of the newer books. It's not a neutering beef. This is like imperfection. It looks like some kind of like scratch or something, but from the inside of the case, not from the outside. But
I mean, you got two layers. You got the case, and you got the plastic that holds the comic book.
Yeah, more than likely, it looks like it's coming from the inside of the case, from the inside, not on actual well. But who knows?
I'm making my own slabs, so that's why I'm making my own slabs.
Are you?
Yeah. You didn't see my own slabs?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, dude. Let me.
What, you've been making you got comic skins and you're making your own slabs?
Yeah, let me show you some.
Oh, let me see. Show that off. Let me make you big.
No, hold on. Don't make big yet.
Well, you don't want to be big?
No, not yet.
While not the man. While the man is doing that, let me open up another thing that I have with me since I'm on here, and we don't want to do dead time. We don't want to dead time. By the way, Cole, anybody else that jumped on late, I strongly recommend that you watch this video in the beginning and see what I had to say about that whatnot seller. And let me know what you think. What you think about that whole situation. This was a interesting buy that I made from Comic Tom on Whatnot, and I'm gonna tell you why it was an interesting buy. He apparently loves to do these weird kind of like drops on Whatnot. I'm gonna show this off before you do that. I started opening something so I don't have dead air.
Okay,
like
I cannot have a shoot. 2 beers is my limit. I'm gonna have one more beer just for you, CJ.
There you go.
Just
There
for
you
you.
go. There you go. So what I was saying is, I was on Comic Tom's Whatnot stream, and what he does sometimes, he does these like super crazy drops at like really cheap prices. Like he'll throw random comics for $1 drops when you're purchasing them. And
Comic Tom's?
yeah, Comic Tom. There you go. See? Let me hide my name.
No, Comic Tom.
See, $1. $1.
Nice.
So what he dropped was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 110 cover RI. I think this is like a 1 for 10 thing. For $1, I was like, all right, I'll grab one.
Nice.
I'm not a real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, but for $1, I picked it up, and supposedly it's something that's really good. So this will add to my very small Ninja Turtle collection.
I don't do
very,
Ninja
very
Turtle.
small. I'm not a Ninja Turtle guy.
Yeah, I'm not a Ninja Turtle guy either.
No, I'm not. But I do appreciate its significance in comic history. I do appreciate that. But that's about it. I just can't get behind those.
I just don't have a personal attachment to it.
It's not Superman.
Yeah, or it's not a Jim Lee art.
It's not Avengers.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is, but it's not those things to me.
Yeah.
Like for me to get behind something, it has to be Avengers. It has to be Superman. It has to be Batman. It has to be something that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't find turtles to be cool. I don't know. So you couldn't find your slabs?
I found it.
Oh, you did. Let's wait. Hold on. Let me make you big. Let's show yourself off. Hold on. Let me. Now I'm small. Now you're gonna be big. Let's see what you got. What are those comic skins that you're using?
I made my own slab. I'm telling you.
Oh, from scratch?
Yeah.
What the hell? You don't have anything better to do than actually finding materials to turn it? How'd you do that? Run me blow by blow how you made that.
This is just one of those office supply where you put advertising plastic.
Yeah.
I put that on there. I cut it so that this right here is just binder clamp.
Okay.
At the office supply, right? And and the inside is a SF-free bag.
Okay. Like a Mylar?
Yeah, like a Mylar, SF-free bag in there, right? And I put in between this, where the staples at centerfold, I put an SF-free board in there, cut it out to the size of a comic book. I clipped out the what do you call it? The staple area out so that it goes in, it fits in there. And when this binder presses it's basically cold pressing over time. Because the comic book is all about, pressing is all about temperature, pressure, and time, right? It's three components, right? So my theory is that if you don't apply too much pressure, you apply the pressure of this binder.
You don't think that's too tight?
It's tight enough. But it's not a huge pressure. It's not like one of those press machine pressure, but it's made up by time. It's going to be in there forever, right?
So you don't feel that will pop the staples when you're putting it in there?
Well, I put the centerfold. Board in there.
Is that original or reprint that you have in there?
This is original.
That's original.
Yeah.
Wow.
I even graded it for myself. I graded it 8. And
How good of a grader do you think you are? Like if you
I'm
had to
probably not a
evaluate
very good
yourself?
grader, not very
Huh?
good grader.
No?
But I think I'm a conservative side. I would probably grade.
I'm a very stingy grader. I rather be a lot harsher on the comics
Yeah, I think I'm a harsh.
and bring them down lower. Like
Yeah,
you'll hear me say, "Oh, this is shitty. This is shitty. This is poor." But in some people's eyes, it might be like higher, lower mid grade, or like a higher poor.
this
I
is
just
my
call them
audio
shitty.
try. You can see the the wrinkly bag on my acid-free bag.
Yeah,
It's not a Mylar bag. You see the wrinkle?
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're almost
but,
like Newton rings.
yeah, but this one,
See,
I
you
put-
you even got your own Newton rings in your slabs.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm improving. I'm making improvement on my slabs. So all the money that slabbers spend on their slabbing, I say I'm going to spend that money on making my own, try to come out with my own slabs.
All right. So, how much did it cost you to buy all the materials for that?
One item about less than $15.
Less than $15.
Right.
So it costs less.
And
Than
I'm gonna my latest one is that I put a seal of what do you call it? The UV light protection.
You might want to for the cost that you're putting in there. It's great. I like the way that you have the little stand actually on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But for the money that you're putting in there, you might actually want to look for comic skins that are
Yeah,
already.
I saw those a little late in the I started these like 2-3 years ago, and I found those comic skin things, and I'm gonna order those to look at them. But
Keep an eye when they go on sale, because when they go on sale for some other second sites, not direct. If you buy them direct, you're always going to pay top dollar for them. But sometimes on eBay and Mercari and some of these other sites, people just want to unload them, and you might be able to get them for like $10, $8 a piece,
yeah, then
unopened.
I'm all for that kind of stuff. But reason I'm just trying. I'm trying to make a UV protection. I'm trying to make an acid-free protection. I'm buying my own acid-free materials and all that stuff. So
That's very cool. That's actually very, very cool. I had that thought of putting it into that stand thing for the advertising displays.
yeah.
I did, but I never had the nerve to do it because I thought that the thickness of how tight it goes in there might damage the
Yeah,
comic.
well, that's why I cut the the bind, they cut it and they curve it. I cut that off and I put my own little binding, and I put a centerfold in there, the centerfold board in there, so that the staple doesn't press into the edge of the binder.
So it's not actually it's actually not connected.
What's
the bottom
that?
of the base you cut and then reconnected.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah. So yeah. But if a book is thin enough, you could use their binding materials. But if a book is too thick, you need to cut that off.
Look at you, you mad scientist.
Yeah. So
You got some good thoughts in your head doing that.
And also, if we put a centerfold in there, to me, if you put centerfold cardboard in there with the where you clip out little staple areas,
Yeah,
so that staple doesn't press into because cardboard protects the staple from
like another backboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
it keeps the staple from pressing into the binding area.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because that board will protect the comic book. So matter of fact, by doing this, you are actually cold pressing the comic book.
Very cool. Very smart.
Yeah. So like if it has little wrinkles in the bottom, in time it will press out, because temperature of the room, the pressure of the binder, and the time. Time is the key.
Very cool. Very smart idea. I like what you did. I like the innovation. I like the presentation to it. And I also, what I like more than anything else is the little stand. I wish they sold little mini stands where you could actually take this and just boop, Put it right in.
Yeah.
You could buy stuff that's custom, but they don't sell ready-made ones.
Yeah,
You would think
and
CBC would have thought of that already.
latest innovation for me is the putting a skin of UV protection on it so that it doesn't fade out with the
I'm
light.
sure you'd be able to find a plastic coating or something like that that will go right over, or a spray. There might be spray.
I put it on UV. I got a UV film. Let me show you. I got tons of UV films and stuff where I apply UV film on it.
I'm gonna have to watch that video where you're making it from scratch.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the ones that I'm trying to catch up on all your old stuff.
Yes. Yeah. These are. I already bought a whole bunch of supplies. That's why I'm not buying other stuff. These are
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cool. I appreciate that. Let me see. What kind of microphone are you using? Show off your microphone for a second.
Yeti.
Is that a Yeti?
Yeah.
Is that a Yeti? Are you copying my microphone?
No, I've been YouTubing since however long, man.
Oh, really? I've been using this for way longer than you.
How do you know?
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. I know everything. You're copying my microphone.
You cannot copyright that stuff, dude.
Oh, yes, I can.
No.
Yeah. If I could get copyright strike by everybody, then why can't I copyright strike everybody else?
You could. It could actually just fake out copyright striking everybody.
Well, you know what? I purposely didn't put anything that is copyright infringing in this video, and I promise you, I will still get a copyright strike on it.
And Norris said he watched my video. He said he liked it.
Yeah, that's why I said I have to watch that video because it's probably one of the videos that I've been trying to catch up with everybody's stuff.
Yeah.
You know, little by little, I'm watching everybody's stuff, trying to catch up. But it's hard to catch up on all the old stuff and all the new stuff that comes out at the same time.
No,
it's just so much.
It's impossible to catch up with
so much. It's impossible. So I'm picking and choosing. I'm looking at titles that I'm like, all right, let me watch this one. Let me watch this. Sometimes I'll be doing stuff around the house and I'll let like stuff play on a playlist.
I'm so behind watching what's the Jerry Jitterbugs video.
I love Jerry the Jitterbug.
I mean, but I want to watch it, whole session. I don't want to. He keep on cutting it off, so I want to put it on a list and watch the whole thing.
His stuff for me is the stuff I need to watch like quick, but he also doesn't have long videos too. So I have to say that like they go quickly. Yeah. But what I do a lot of times, I'll put them on a playlist. And as I'm doing stuff around the house or whatever, is there a lawyer in the house? Yeah, well, Jerry's a lawyer.
I always argue with lawyers. I'm pretty good at arguing with lawyers. One of my jobs is arguing with lawyers. So,
hey, listen, I'm in real estate. I'm arguing with lawyers all the time.
Yeah.
So that's part of my daily routine. So
you saw how I found the loophole in my comic book eating. So you know my, you should know.
You're full of shit. That's the problem with your freaking loopholes. That is such a cheap way out. Same way as you can't make a decision and you decide to make duck races to make your decisions for you. That is such a cowardly way out. Yeah.
I survived to fight next day. What are you talking about?
Unbelievable. You could have at least found one that was already made that's an edible comic. You had to go and freaking make one.
Hey, I spent money on edible ink. I spent the time to draw that stuff. I did all that for you and DC. You should appreciate my effort. You should really appreciate.
See, the one thing that you could have done that I would have been like, look at this guy. This guy's a smart dude. You could have gotten a Bazooka Joe gum that has the comic book that's already imprinted onto the gum.
Yeah, I saw that on eBay.
You could have eaten that. And I would have been like, well, what am I going to say? It's a printed comic book. It's already a comic.
I already made a comic book. What are you talking about?
You made a freaking rice. Look at this guy. He made a whole rice patty, rice paper comic. No, the art was good, though. Was that you that drew that?
What?
Was it you that drew that worm?
Yeah, I drew that.
Look at you. You're talented, too.
I spent all the time to draw all that. Original art. not original. I mean, a copy off of this.
See,
book
if you
right
ate
here.
the original, it would have been a little bit better. It would have been a little bit more
But I
palatable.
wasn't going to eat the poisonous ink on my original drawing, dude.
Well, you could have used edible inks on the paper.
Yeah, I guess I could use that. Yeah, but I don't want to eat the paper either.
Well, that's the point. You got to eat the paper. That's the whole
I
point.
ate the rice paper.
It's a rice paper. But you're
We
talented.
make a rice paper. I mean, we used to make a rice paper, and we used to use the white rice paper to paint arts and all those those Asian arts.
And did
Those
you
are all
eat it
done on
after?
rice paper.
And did you eat it after you painted those
No,
original?
you make paint so that it be displayed. You don't make paint to eat.
So why would you put it on rice paper that's edible? You didn't use
Why
it.
would you eat a comic book?
Because you said it. That's
No,
the
because
difference.
I said I consume it.
You
What are you
said
talking
that. You said
No,
that.
I said let's eat comic book. I said let's eat comic book. That means we are. I'm not eating it. I'm saying let's eat it. That doesn't mean I'm going to eat it.
You're
That means that
inviting
what
other
I do-
people. You're
what I
inviting
do is
other
eat it.
people and probably little children to listen to you and go and eat comic books. That's the problem. You're giving a bad advertisement to people. You're telling, hey, little kids, let's go eat some comics. And then the next thing you know, you see little kids
I
choking.
didn't say I was going to eat it. I said let's eat comic book. That means I'm call to action.
You see little kids choking on the latest version of Superman. And now you got lawsuits everywhere, left and right. Moms are going crazy. Dads are going crazy. It's going to be mothers against worms. That's what we're going to have. But hey, you want to do that? But, you cut me off. I was giving you a compliment about your artwork because it actually is. I thought it was really good.
Well, thank you.
I thought
Appreciate
that mutant worm that you drew was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually draw. I got a backup copy right here.
I thought you did a really good job on that.
McRib, you see that McRib?
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like the whole you stirring hands and McRibs and all that stuff.
There's that hand right there. There's a what is that skeleton hand? One's just the meat falling off the bones.
Yeah, you had to poke fun at me, huh? Again, you
There's
had
DC Irish right there. There's a CJ right there. DC Irish hand
you
right
really
there.
should quit while you're ahead. That's all I'm saying. Quit
And then
while
you
you're
got
ahead.
melted slab right there for DC Irish.
You keep poking at me and Irish, and it's gonna be a battle you can't win. You realize that. You realize that because I got a bigger mouth than you. That's the difference. I don't stop. I just keep going and going and going and going. You ever see a stream where I'm all up by myself for 5 hours and I just don't stop? That's me. You don't want my mouth to keep going nonstop on you. And so stop provoking me. Maybe Irish will get tired. I don't know. He has less endurance than I do. But
I don't know. You know
records.
Irish than I. A lot of people use soy-based inks. Okay.
And he pre-records, so that's another thing, But so what do you think? You think you'd want to be on one of these panels to explore?
Yeah, I would love to be in the panel.
To one of these one-not people.
I'm not a one-not expert.
Well, you don't have to be a one-not expert. You have to be an expert on what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll let the video play.
I mean, if you trust one to decide that, that's fine.
I'll let the video play, and you decide: is this seller doing the right thing? Are they doing the wrong thing? Are they being?
Hey, you seen that guy's video where the guy he was doing an auction on YouTube, and he was a seller. He was a plain seller. I mean, he was just. And there was a little daughter there too, and some guy wanted to, negotiate on the price, and he was insulted by it. It was like maybe $100, $200 book, but it's like a golden age book, right? Well, I think it was Wonder Woman copy. He said, "I'm insulted by that negotiation. You didn't like my price. I'm gonna rip it half." And
Peddling Pete.
He threw it away.
Peddling Pete.
I don't know who that was.
He was a big, heavy guy.
Yeah, he was heavy dude.
A little older, heavy guy.
Yeah.
very loud, obnoxious.
Yeah, I'm not just a dude.
Yeah, that's Peddling Pete. I just got a whole package from him, and I actually got right in front of me. I have 80 pounds worth of comics I bought from him.
Really? Okay.
80 pounds.
I thought that was pretty rude to do.
Very rude. He's
Yeah.
very rude, and he's very out of his mind.
I mean, I don't like seeing comic book destroyed. Honestly, I don't like any comic book being destroyed.
That's why I always get to. That's why I get into the fights with Whack Pack all the time with their whole destroying and burning comics. I don't like that.
I hate that.
Peddling Pete, I think, is really legitimately crazy. I don't think it's like a gimmick with him. I think he's nuts. I think he's like legitimately nuts. Entertaining as hell, but he's nuts. You know? And I think
that was a rude, and I just come on. I mean, people negotiate. People are not allowed to negotiate. Come on, whether it's insulting or not, people are allowed to negotiate. If you're allowed to ask for 2 times the price you got, let's say you got $1 book, right? You pay $1 for it, but you think it's worth $200. You charging 20% on that book. If you're allowed to charge 20% on that book, somebody's allowed to say, "Hey, I'll pay $10 for it." I mean,
well, you did. Norin didn't like that either. Roid rage. Yeah, roid rage. But like if you were on the stream that I was on with him, you got to see. I confused the hell out of him. I said some things to him that like made him like, is this guy serious or is he nuts? And I'm like, because I knew what I was getting into because I saw a video that actual Dracula made. That he picked up a thing. He's like telling me about like how crazy this guy is. I'm like, oh, let's see how really crazy he is. Let's see what we really could get, how much we could push this.
Well, I mean, what I would have done is that if he threw it at a $200 book, I would say, hey, can I have a, I would keep on asking. Oh yeah, can I have that for $10? Can I have it for $5? Every time you bring out $200 book.
Well, we got him to rip up like 3-4 books out of frustration, but they were not that expensive.
Yeah, every time he pulls that $200 book out, hey, I'll pay $10 for that.
Well, the other thing is how bad you. Like, if you do that enough to him, he got a couple people that really aggravated him that made him rip up books that he ended up like blocking after a while. I'm telling you, he's a different character.
His daughter. That was the one thing that I didn't like about him.
Is that his daughter?
I don't know who that young girl was.
I don't think it's his daughter. You think that's his daughter? He talks like that from his daughter?
I thought it was his daughter. He couldn't be young. I mean,
I don't think so. I think it's just like a helper for him.
Well, in front of a young person like that, that's where, I mean, he would be in a way her role model, right? I mean,
I don't think it's a good thing to talk like that in front of young people, but especially if it's your daughter. I mean, I don't know. That's not a good thing. I thought it was just like some person that maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know.
I just could see that him acting that way, and
originally I didn't know what the deal was. I know that she was a lot younger. I thought maybe that's his wife in the beginning. I don't know how.
No, that wasn't definitely not his wife. I'm too young to be.
I'm just saying, like I there was no clear answer in the beginning of who she is and why. And I was going to ask him. I was like, let me not start this insanity with him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I had other stuff that was going on.
We're in some state where that underage marrying is possible, but she looked very underage to me to be.
I don't know. I have no idea, but he always kept telling her why she's looking at his tits. Like, that's what he has. He's a heavy dude. He has big tits. He's like, stop looking at my tits. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
He's a different dude.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's a different dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. He goes by. I got some killer deals from him though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, what kind of stuff you got from him?
I opened up the other day a few things that I got from him. You'll see that video that I had Peddling Pete on there. The first part of the video was that first package, and then I got the other 80 pounds of comics from him that I'm going to unbox soon. But I got Amazing Spider-Man in an 8.0 from him, number 100. I got a Platinum Age book from him, which is really,
Well,
really
I'm
cool.
telling you, he got it for dirt cheap because he couldn't have done that if he got that for $200 himself. I mean, $150 himself or $100.
I'm sure he got it for dirt cheap, but I got it for cheap as well.
Right. I
So-
mean, that's fine. I mean,
So
I
as long as
used to
got-
sell. I used
Yeah,
to be a
actually have
salesman.
this ahead of me. This is something that I got from it that I never had in my collection. This is a
I saw that.
platinum age. This is a platinum age comic,
Yeah. Your oldest book.
1932.
Yeah.
This is the oldest book in my collection.
Yeah. You told me.
No, it's a really, really good shape. Like
You
stuff
got
like
that from him?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So I got some stuff from him that honestly I don't see. Like it doesn't exist anywhere. All those I don't know if you saw all those Captain Americas I had on. Those all came from him.
Wow. Well, I mean,
So-
if you could handle his personality, that's good. Good.
I give it to him too at the same time.
Yeah.
And if he could take my obnoxiousness, I'll keep giving it.
I
to
don't
him.
know, man. That's a two level of obnoxious. To
No,
me.
he's got a little bit of insanity.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I think he's like a little crazy, a little bit crazy. He's got a little bit of nuttiness in him. So I don't know. I had one-time experience with him. It's not like I'm gonna have multiple engagements with him.
Well, that one video was convinced me never to engage that person at all. I mean,
but the ripping up comics and stuff like that. That's not. Well, I started provoking him after. I'm like, so he would pull out $1,000 book. I'm like, why don't you rip that book? Why don't you rip that book?
I mean, I seriously, when you guys asked me to eat comic book, I seriously thought about eating my favorite comic book just to prove my point. Because you should never ask a person to eat comic book. But I decided I don't want to destroy comic book. I don't want to.
It's different if you eat it because you get your nutrition out of it. You get your proteins. You get everything out of it. It's a different story. You're not just ripping it. You're eating it. You're getting all your vitamins out of it. You're getting everything you need. There's a different story. They're quite different.
Yeah.
I really thought you were going to go to the Bazooka Joe route. I swear, I thought you were going to go with the bubble gum with the comics on it. I thought that's where I couldn't believe that.
I mean, I love the whack comic stuff, and but when they destroy comic books, I just say, oh, I don't want to.
I'm not into it. I got into whole arguments with them, with Kyle, promiscuous time traveler. I get into whole things with all of them about them destroying the comics. I don't like it. But when what's his name, Pete, ripped that first comic, I'm like, all right, let's see how big your balls are. He had $1,000 book out. I'm like, why don't you rip that? Why don't you rip that?
No, I say, oh, is that $1,000? Can you give it to me for $10? Just if you are consistent with your, then you should do that too, right? I mean, come on.
Norton's happy I got those books away from him. he was holding a slab. I'm like, why don't you crack it? Why don't you crack that slab?
One of the video. I mean, I watched that video through third person's video. I didn't even go to his channel, but the guy offered him, hey, okay, just don't eat that. I mean, don't rip that off. I'll pay you whatever $200, and he still didn't want to pay. I mean,
yeah, because I think there's something like he's got a screw loose. I think I don't think he's doing it for like shock factor. I like he's not like Whack Comics. Whack Comics they rip and destroy the books because that's their thing. I think he rips them because he's generally like nuts.
Yeah, I don't encourage destroying books at all. I just don't. Yeah,
I really think that he does it because there's something like he's got a screw loose. I think there's something like he gets angry. He's got anger management problems, and at that moment, the only thing you could think of is just ripping up a comic.
I'm in a position where all books should not be burned. None of the books should be burned, whether it's devil worshipping or God worshipping books. None of the books should be burned.
It wasn't that long ago that there was a little group called the Nazis that would gather up big piles of books and burn them. It was not that long ago. And that was like the worst thing in the world. So why are we okay with people burning books right now?
I'm not okay with the burning books. I'm not okay with the banning the books. I'm not okay with the canceling the books. I'm not okay with the people griping about the books and making viral video about it. I mean, if you don't like it, don't read it. I mean, that's all it takes. That's all it takes, right? I mean,
The closest I'll ever get to defacing a comic is taking a black and white comic book, and I've done this before, and coloring it like a coloring book.
that's fine. I'm okay with that.
No,
Yeah.
but that's because I don't like the way it looks in black and white, and I want to add a little color to it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing that makes the book. Some of these books really suck that are black and white comics. So I'm like, the only thing that makes them really good is
let me show
coloring.
you this book. Let me show you this book right here.
Look at all that crap Nauman's got in the back there. Look at that. Little short boxes. He's got a lot of stuff. That's pretty cool.
This is an artist edition Jim Lee's book.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm going to take this book so I could get him to sign it.
That's a great piece to have signed.
This is
That really is a great piece to sign.
Anyway, but you see this is all his original work, right?
Very cool.
I want to get another copy of this so that I could color it myself. So that I learn how to color it myself.
That's
it's
an
coloring
expensive
book. It's a coloring book.
Yeah, but that's an expensive book to be colored.
I want to get another copy though. I want to keep one original and to keep another one. So
that's got to be at least $200-300 at least.
$100 and some dollars. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an expensive coloring book.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I cut myself off at $1 black and whites to color. Like I don't have that much nerve to take a book like that to color it.
Well, that's why I bought a whole bunch of coloring books so I could practice the color. I bought me some Copic markers. So I can imagine what I'm imagining is that, hey, Scott Williams is the inker for Jim Lee. Jim Lee is the penciler, and I'm his third man in the team. I'm the color.
Hey, if I saw how you colored that worm, you got some coloring skills. Me personally, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible colorist. I could pencil a little bit. I could sketch a little bit. I got decent.
I saw you. You did a good job with penciling, man. So
I could sketch a little bit. I'm not great, but I could enough to be able to.
All it takes is you keep on doing it. You just didn't do it a whole bunch of time. That's all.
Yeah, that's basically the repetition is the biggest thing. But
yeah.
I'm confident enough in sketching to be able to make an image. And
how I evaluate artists is how observant are you? You're a very observant person. Observant.
Observant?
Right? Yeah.
Like as far as being able to draw real.
No, how you look at your subject that you're drawing or painting or whatever.
Well, I'm brutally honest.
Yeah, you have to be very observant. You have to look at it, image angle. You see the angles, you see the lights, you see the you see the geometry in that, that.
You have to know perspective.
You gotta know if you're observant about it, and then if you're observant, that's the key to drawing. And of course, drawing itself is all technical stuff, right? And you get better as you draw. I mean, your muscle memories. Drawing is muscle memory. But what makes artists is that they're observant. You have to be observant.
Yeah.
And I see that you're a very observant person. So all it takes for you to do really good in drawing is to just keep on doing it.
Oh, repetition. Exactly. I appreciate that. But with me, I could draw something or sketch something to the point where you know what it is when I draw it. I think that's enough to be able to portray my story, my picture, my thoughts. You can see what's in my head on the paper that I draw. It might not be the most technically sound. It definitely is not the most technically sound. It might not be the most finished because I have a very rough and a very gritty type of drawing style and sketching style. But that's my style.
What do you mean by Lee is saving the world from Berserker?
Because those are the books he keeps burning and ripping up, all the berserkers. That's his thing. You know those the comic Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's either burned or ripped up. I don't know how many hundreds of those.
Who did?
Lee from Whack Comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the book that he is his go-to destroying book.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. The book sucks, but you don't have to rip up everything. Give it to like orphans or something.
I'll take it from him. I'll take it from him. I mean,
You know, like I don't know. Like I don't mind. You know what? I've seen people cut up comic books and make collages out of them.
yeah, that's okay. That's you're converting it, right? But
I've
you're
seen
burning
people
it.
do artwork out of them. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But to just destroy it, like make it useless, I don't get it. You know, I really don't get it. You know that maybe I'm too old.
Maybe I'm too old. I'm too old.
Maybe we're both too old.
Huh?
Maybe we're too old to keep up with these damn millennials with their like burning comics and ripping up comics things. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like destroying comic books. Books. I mean books altogether. Books.
Well, it's
Because
literature.
to me, comic book is books. You know.
It's literature. Any type of literature,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. You know,
It could be devil worshiping. It could be God worshiping. Whatever it is.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Somebody took the time to write it down, unless it's something that's written and malicious towards.
Even if it's malicious, right? It's their thoughts written down. Even if it's malicious stuff. How many people
if somebody's writing,
become a malicious person? How many people want to pick that up and become a malicious person?
Well,
right?
what I'm saying is, if it's like written down by like some kind of cult leader, and they're getting people to follow them through their reading and to go and kill people,
it's a blackmail letter or something. Yeah, because
to go and kill people or something. All right, yeah, destroy those. Like you don't need to have those circulated because they're telling people to go out and harm people.
I mean,
you know,
yeah.
but even stuff in historical stuff that is very bad from history. I don't think it should be destroyed either.
Those, if you keep it as evidence, it could be evidence. I mean,
correct. But no, I'm saying if somebody's mass distributing pamphlets of you need to kill your neighbors because that's the only thing that can send you to God or something like that. Yeah, you know what? Get rid of those. We don't need to have more and more mental defectives killing people for no reason.
I mean, let's say somebody wrote a satanic cult thing and say, "Hey, your salvation is to believe in devil, or whatever."
That's their beliefs. No, all right, leave it alone.
Yeah,
that's their beliefs. I'm just talking about malicious stuff, the stuff that you're purposely putting a message out there to harm people or to cause destruction and chaos and anarchy. That I have a problem with.
Yeah,
but stuff from history. So, like I mentioned to you, the Nazis burning books. Well, they wrote a lot of their own propaganda books during that time. I don't think those should be destroyed. Those are historic reminders of how bad
we could become.
Things were.
And matter of fact, if somebody's writing about, writing about something evil, I'm sort of glad that person has revealed himself, so that I could avoid that person. I mean.
There you go. There you go. Look at comic books. You have people that write Superman. You have people that write Avengers. You have people that write Kool-Aid Man comics. But you also have people that write very disturbing, very demented comic books. Yeah. Very horrific things. Very atrocious acts are being done in those comic books. I don't like them.
Yeah,
I think there's something wrong.
And it's easier for me to avoid that kind of people rather than, hey, you can. If I suppress them, let's say. We make some kind of a rule saying, hey, you should not write those. Well, they're going to keep it inside, and when they're going to know when those guys are going to strike. I mean, right? I mean,
I think there's something seriously wrong with a lot of those people that write those things, and the stories that they're making are really, really like psychotic. But hey, if that's what other people enjoy, that's their problem, not mine. I don't have to read it.
And maybe that's how they. I mean, I mean, I write about fantasy stories and stuff, and I know I will never do. I mean,
I love fantasy. I love horror movies. I love horror stories. I love stuff like
it's
that.
something you will never do, right? It's something you never
Absolutely.
do.
But there's certain things that really bother me. There's some things like when I read or watch that really bother me, and I don't like to watch. I don't like children being hurt in any way.
Yeah.
That really bothers me.
I mean,
I don't like when they're like being molested. I don't like pedophile stuff. I don't like to watch or read any of that stuff.
I don't
That
know,
bothers me a lot.
Battle Royale. Have you seen Battle Royale? I mean, the comic, the manga. Battle Royale.
Isn't that a Japanese movie?
No, it's Japanese comic books to start with.
I thought there was a movie called Battle Royale.
There was a movie based on the comic book.
Oh, there was. Okay,
Manga,
I never read the comic though.
Yeah, and it has basically the whole. Reads like what's that? Jaybird, or I forgot what's that. Basically, it's a society where you have to give up your children to go into this island, and they last persons get to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that whole manga series, you got these kids raping each other, killing each other brutally, and things like that. And my kid was like 11, 10. And I say, yeah, that's the only time when I say, hey, you cannot read this. I'll give it back to you when you're 18 and or 16, whatever. And I give it back to them when they're 16. But when they were 11, I kept them from reading it.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
I didn't destroy it, you know.
It's really inappropriate, you know. But again, that as a good father, you saw what he was reading and you took him away.
Yeah.
You know?
But I didn't destroy it. I said, hey, you could have it back when you're 16. When you can make up. I mean, this is not something that I want to put inside you guys' head until your mind has matured a little bit.
I don't like seeing kids get hurt. I don't like graping.
Stephen King is one of my favorite too. He's one of my favorite storyteller.
Me too.
Yeah.
He definitely is like he's got some of the classics out there. Obviously, Christina, I love it as a movie. I
like the Dark Tower series. I got the whole Dark Tower series. I'm missing 6 books, about 200 books. I'm missing 6 books. I got a whole Dark Tower series. The comic book and the books and
Stand was great. Really,
Stand, I love Stand. That's a Dark Tower, and Stand is one of my favorite books that he wrote.
Misery, fantastic.
I need to read that. I like Stand By Me.
You never read Misery?
Yeah, I wrote some of it, but I haven't read it completely.
Oh, you have to read Misery. Misery was great.
Yeah,
great, real psychologically scary book.
Yeah.
The movie was very good as well, but not even close to the book.
I refuse to watch movies until I read these books first.
I think you're going to enjoy it. Misery, you're definitely going to enjoy. The Stand was a great read. I think you read that already.
Yeah, I read it times.
Christine was actually a really
I like
good.
Christine too.
Yeah,
There was a Buick 8, I think was similar to that one. Buick 8.
I haven't read that one.
Yeah.
I haven't read that one. Pet Cemetery was okay.
Yeah, it was okay, but I read it.
Okay.
It was better than movie though.
I don't. Did I see the movie? I'm trying to remember.
It's forgetting.
I think you're right. I did see the movie. The book was usually his books are better than the movies. It's rare that you have a book that's not better than the movie. It's just because they cut so much stuff out.
Yeah, I mean the Shawshank Redemption was just as good as a movie.
That's a rarity, though.
Yeah,
you don't get that very often.
Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile was pretty good, just as good as
that was That was really good, and it was good adaptation as well.
Yeah,
it was definitely good adaptation. But what I'm trying to think, this just Stephen King had a lot. He had a lot out there.
Carrie was okay, but I didn't like Carrie when I first watched it. So,
Carrie was good. The book was good too.
Yeah, book was good.
Yeah. You know which book was really good read, but the movie sucked? Lawnmower Man.
Oh, Lawnmower Man was excellent book. Movie sucked.
Oh my god! It was, and you know what? The concept was so great. You could make a comic book series after that, or just on that character. It was such a great character and concept for the. Don't forget when he first did that, it was not like a big following for the World Wide Web, the internet. That was not really a thing at that point. And most like this was like so virtual reality. It
The
was
thing
so out
about
of
it,
this world.
I've been computer geek since 1979. I've been computer geek since 1979.
So you could appreciate.
I appreciated that book. I'm going, yeah, that's it. I mean,
You could appreciate how evolved his thinking was for that time.
yeah, I love his Dark Tower series.
Dark Tower was good.
Yeah, I got all 7 books. I read all 7 books. My favorite out of those 7 books is the Drawing of the Three. That is awesome read. Drawing of the Three, the second book.
I haven't read them. I haven't read everything yet.
But then I got the comic book. The art is done by Jay Lee.
Jay Lee's so good.
Yeah, he did a whole bunch of Dark Tower series comic book, and I got all of them except for like 6 books. There's like 200 some odd books out there. But
I have a handful of them. You know, I'm thinking about just getting the trade.
Well, let me know if you got something that I'm missing.
I'll look through. You know what? I'm reorganizing everything I have and actually using dividers to separate all my comics and everything like that. So, you know, when I come across them, I'll let you know.
I'll trade with you. I'll trade with something.
Well, we'll see. Well, if it's something you really need, you know,
I don't need it. I mean, there's nothing I need.
Well, if it's something that you're collecting and you have a good run of,
yeah,
you probably have. I only have like a handful, like 2, 3 of them. I know that I have a couple of them somewhere. It's not enough for me to substantiate a run.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I almost completed run. I'm missing 6 books out of like 200 books. So,
for what kind of runs?
For the Dark Tower series.
It's 200 books of that.
Yeah,
that many.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm quitting before I get to even started with that series. You know, that's what I do sometimes. If I discover, like, if I have a handful of books of a certain, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll build a run to it. And if I look at there's so many, and I'm not like that emotionally involved in it or like really like it that much, I'm like, you know what? I'm cutting myself now before I get ridiculous and get halfway in.
I'm a huge Stephen King fan. That's why I had to get him. Even though
I love Stephen King.
Even though I like books much better, let me show you his omnibus. Oh, I don't want to destroy anything here.
What is that he has in the back? Is that Kiss? Is that a Kiss album you have in the background?
Yeah, I'm doing a show tomorrow with my buddy, Kiss buddy. He collects all Kiss albums at noon tomorrow.
On your channel?
On my channel.
All right, we'll check it out.
This is Dark Tower omnibus.
Oh, she got the full omnibus.
Yeah.
It's that many books. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that like a good adaptation of the actual books?
Well, I've been comparing with the book and the comic book. Of course, the book is much better, but I like.
But how close is the adaptation to it?
Pretty good. But it only does 2 books, and 2 books expand to 200 some comic books.
Jeez. Well, yeah, you gotta expect it because it's not words only. You gotta put pictures together.
Yeah, I mean,
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Those omnibuses, they're not getting cheaper these days. Hold on to them.
Yeah,
I have a feeling there's going to be a very big collectible segment of our community that's going to get more towards omnibuses.
He is awesome artist, man. He did it was pretty appropriate match between the book and the artist. You know.
Jay Lee's great. You know, I first discovered Jay Lee when he started doing work on Namor in the 90s. I don't know if you ever seen any of his work back then, but it was so good, so different, so gritty. He's more polished now. I like that grittier, more
I mean,
wild.
this book is
look of
really
the
gritty.
animation.
I mean, this whole series is so.
Believe
really
me, that's
gritty.
actually for Jay Lee. That's actually very polished.
Really?
The way he first started.
Yeah.
He was a lot grittier when he first started.
Well, this is earlier books. His earlier book.
Try to pick up some of those Namors. I think you'll enjoy them. You'll appreciate the artwork on it. And they're cheap.
Yeah.
They're super cheap.
I'm sure.
Nobody wants those issues because like they're like nothing significant about it other than the great artwork. I like.
I mean,
the
these
artwork.
are not expensive books. I mean, the Stephen King books. Nobody collects them.
Really,
Nah, they're not expensive.
really. So they like.
I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because I'm the only one who's actually collecting the run.
Isn't that a great feeling when there's something you're really into and nobody else is into it, and you're able to get them so affordable because you're not really competing against
Yeah,
anybody? For
yeah.
them?
I want a Spider-Man run, but everybody wants Spider-Man run. So I said, forget it. I mean,
Well, I want the original Hulk run.
yeah.
That 1 through 6. Guess what? I got a hard time getting those books because they're not cheap.
Yeah. So yeah, on Avenger runs, and so
I discovered a recent Golden Age run that I started getting into. That there's not a lot of people that are really going after. That it's actually a really cool series. But Joe Palooka. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's like a boxer. There's like a all American boy kind of thing, and he's a boxer, and then he's going and fighting in the war and all that stuff. Just a really campy, goofy kind of look on like Americana in the 40s and 50s. Nobody's really into that, and there's such great covers. And I'm able to pick up books for $5, for $10 from the Golden
yeah,
Age.
I love it. I love it when I have a little personal connection that it's sort of like exclusive club. You're in.
What's Ollie's?
Ollie's is a discount bookstore, all kind of discount stuff.
We don't have any Ollie's around us here in New York.
Yeah, in Virginia, there's about 30-minute drives from me, but in Oklahoma, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, we definitely don't have any of those around me.
Yeah, you could buy all kind of cheap stuff from there.
So what do you think? You done with your beer?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so plug yourself. I'll make you big. And then we're going to end the stream.
Okay.
Tell everybody to get the hell out of here after that.
I'm going to have a little show tomorrow. If you guys wake at noon with my friend. He's a Kiss. You know what Kiss Army is?
I do know what the Kiss Army is.
Yeah, he's a Kiss Army dude. He collects everything Kiss, vinyl records and stuff.
So the Kiss freaks. I got an uncle that does a Kiss cover band. Oh, extended uncle, but he paint the whole nine, full blown Kiss Army.
So I met him like 6 years ago on my other YouTube channel, and he's been supporting me ever since then. Every one of my channel, I create 4 channels. He will watch every one of the videos on my 4 channels. I mean, he's been my friend for a long time. I finally convinced him to come live at my collector Meet the Collector series, and he agreed to come, and he's gonna show off all his Kiss albums. He's a very handy person too. He made this Kiss album crate, and I'm going to show all that off. He has all kind of vintage stereo equipment. I'm going to show all those things off hopefully tomorrow.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Albums. And he's one of those guys who get upset with these flippers. He told me about this album. It's right now selling for $60-some at double albums, But as soon as these eBay flippers get hold of that, once they run out of the exclusive sales, they try to flip it for like $300, $400, $600. I mean, it's really bad.
So kind of like the comic community where you got the flippers that come in there and they just raise the prices on everything.
Yeah, they will buy everything they could, and then they sell everything on eBay.
They set the
the
market themselves.
Real collectors don't get the chance to get the copy unless you pay that premium price.
Well, you know how it works. They talk with their pockets. If you don't pay and you don't buy them, they'll be forced to reduce the prices.
Yeah,
Flippers, as bad as they are, they're also cowards. They don't want to get stuck for long times with their books or their records or whatever they're trying to flip. They see a certain time period sits too long, they start dropping the price, and then they keep dropping. They just got to get rid of it. They got to get rid of it.
Well, the Kiss Army collectors are very passionate about completing their record sets.
Yeah, so they basically can't hold out and let
let
the market settle.
Basically.
Yeah, so they're feeding the flippers strength. So that's on them.
But you got people like Jeff who knows all that stuff. And he goes, "Okay, this is when you need to buy."
Well, just like all the MCU FOMO people.
Yeah.
Everybody sees the movie come out. They see all the characters are there. They go and throw incredibly ridiculous money at things. Why? On FOMO. It's all about FOMO. You know? So what else you got coming out, my man?
That's that. Hopefully, I have you up sometime.
You will. How about not this week? The following week. How's that?
Okay, following week, Saturday night.
That works for you.
PM.
It's got to be on a Saturday.
11 p.m. Not bad.
No, I'm asking you. It's got to be on Saturday, 11 p.m. That's
Well, I mean, it's a weekend because
let's do it.
I would like to join in on the.
Let's do it. 11 p.m. next Saturday.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. I sent you a message through IG. We'll communicate through there. You know,
and all you have to do is show your top 5 collection, whether it's.
You want me to do my top 5 collection as far as value, or do you want me to do my top
whatever
5
you like? Whatever you like.
Sentimental value, whatever you want.
Yeah, and then if you collect anything else besides comic book?
Well, now that I'm divorced, I'm starting to collect women. But other than that,
well, you can show off your woman too. I mean,
maybe
I'll
do
lady A, this is lady B.
maybe I'll do that. I don't know. No, I do. I collect coins. I do collect coins. I do collect some other things as well. Some stamps.
Yeah. So whatever you want to show off, it's a meet the collector. So basically,
I have a small collection of cards. But I'll tell you what. I'll keep it to comics for the first time.
Sure.
And if I don't offend people too much, maybe you'll have me on for a second time and show off other parts of my collection.
Sure.
Sounds like a deal?
Sounds like a deal.
All right. So maybe I'll show off my top 5 weirdest books. And we'll take it from there.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll talk on IG and we'll see where that goes.
All right.
But until the next time, I remember my quote. You keep collecting and I'll keep recollecting.
Be fit.
Like, subscribe, go to the man's channel.
I'm the man.
Yeah, the man. Go to the man's channel. Go punch that like button right in the nuts. Do the subscribe thing on him. Make sure you meet the collector all the time on his channel. Watch the Kiss Army video for next week, for tomorrow. And until next time, get out of here. Get out of here. We're done. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you. We're done. Thank you. Appreciate it. Get out. Bye.
Thanks, Miffed, for watching this late. No red 82.
Done.